even if where we are is really, really good. But if we can't stop being where we are, we'll never, ever get to where we want to go. And so sometimes getting to the next level in our life, whether it's out of a deep commitment to excellence, whether it's as a parent or a grandparent or a friend or as we'll see in a moment, a Christian, whether it's in our job, whether it's wherever it is, the only way to move that next level is to stop being where we are. And to do so often requires us to give up ideas of who we are. It requires us to give up our identity. And there's just nothing harder to do than that. And David Brooks, who has written the book From Strength to Strength, a fantastic book. And I found him to be an exceptionally helpful person. He writes about how people tend to get fixed in their identities and to think of ourselves only in a singular way, and how this shuts us down to any real possibility of growth in life and shuts us down to really any possibilities of interactions and so on and so forth. And he says what happens for so many people is they get married to a symbol of themselves, but what they forsake is the real self. They get married to a symbol of the self, and they sacrifice the real self in the symbol of themselves. We think of ourselves in a certain carefully curated way, how we want other people to see us and how we want to see ourselves. But the truth is, if we get stuck on that way, it's going to keep us from ever becoming more than we are, and that way may not be accurate at all. So the challenge is, in a very general sense, is not to be so married to our current way of thinking about ourselves that we can't continue to grow into the people that we want to be, and ultimately, more specifically, that God calls us to be in Christ. So I was thinking about this, and I was thinking about what a challenge this can be. And I was thinking about sometimes how I think about myself. And in some ways, though, I like to think about myself as forward-thinking. I'd like for you to think about me as forward-thinking. In other ways, I like to think about myself as being a dinosaur, right? I'm sort of a dinosaur. I'm proud of it. And so there's just certain things that I resist. So I might just say, 2 weeks ago, I might have said and really meant it, and would love for you to think of this way, and it's how I think of myself. I don't do apps, all right? I just don't do apps.